You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
What up, y'all? Roll call. It's a public service announcement. And if I look like I'm tired, that's because I am. Because I've been up all night trying to save lives. It's 7 in the morning. I still ain't get no sleep yet. But God said you ain't going to sleep until you put out this video. I have a young kid from Harlem. He's on his way to college. He actually got a scholarship to play basketball in a prominent college. I'm not going to name the college because I do want to protect his identity just in case I can't get the help that I need. But he's jacking Ape, and he hit me up and said, yo, big bro, I want to leave Ape. But, I think basically he thinks something might happen to him if he do it. And I asked him, why do he think that? It's let me make this clear. No Ape has threatened him. Nobody has even told him that if you do this, you're gonna, nobody told him that something's gonna happen to him if he leave the gang. This is something that he conjured up in his own mind because you people on the internet, you gotta stop doing this. You're gonna get somebody hurt. No, that's not how black culture move. We don't just hurt people because they want to stop doing something. But anyway, the fact that he reached out, I gotta use my resources to try to help him. I didn't tag anybody in this, because the 8 brothers that I know that I rock with, I know it's all love, always been love. But I didn't want to tag anybody, or I didn't want to jump in anybody's DM because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm putting a light on them, because not everybody agree with what I'm doing and not everybody want to be in the limelight. So if there is anybody that want to help, any apes that want to help, hit me up. Hit me up privately. It ain't hard to get my number. I did reach out to certain people to try to get certain people to holler back at me. I haven't got any responses, but the kid keep hitting me up and it's urgent and he want to leave, you know what I'm saying? And he want to go to college. I want to tell you a quick story before I leave. When I was 17 years old, that was the year 2000. That's the year I joined Blood. That same year, I went to college. I went to college in Sony Mooresville, 2-year college, upstate New York, 6 hours away from New York City. And when I was in college, right, that was the year. Remember, I told you that was the year that I came home. I became Blood. I was 17. There was a party up there, and make a long story short, I didn't go to the party, but the word around the campus was there was Crips and Bloods beefing, and the Crip pulled the gun out on the Blood in the party. So, mind you, I wasn't even there. So, I'm like, word? My dumbass mentality is like, damn, they bringing guns up here to school? I thought I escaped that. My dumbass went back to New York thinking you know what? I'm going to go get my gun and I'm going to keep it up here. If they bringing guns, I'm going to keep mine. So I go back to New York on the bus and I grab my gun, and instead of putting it keeping it up in the house while I chill outside, I had it on me for some reason. I don't know why. I'm chill outside. I'm like, yo, it's around Halloween time, and the D's circling, long story short, they just started messing with us. They stopped us, frisked, caught me with it. Basically, I got caught with the gun. And never went back to college after that. I got 5 years probation. The next year, 2001, I was 18 years old. I wound up back on Rikers Island for attempt murder. About 3-4 years after that, I wound up back on Rikers Island for another gun charge. In the shootout, being in the shootout on camera, right? Call me on camera. I came home after a year from that one. 2 years after that, after I came home off that, back on Rikers Island. And that's the conspiracy, the big one that most of y'all know about, that I wound up going to trial for and was acquitted on 12-12-12. And now as most of y'all know, at 42 years old, I'm fighting a conspiracy. Federal this time. And I only told that story because the story started when I was 17 in college. And I went and got that gun like an idiot. Frontal lobe wasn't full yet. And my life spiraled after that. Full accountability. It was all my choice. Not blaming the gang and nobody but me. But however, I was gangbanging. And the fact that I thought because the Crip pulled the gun out on the blood, I had to go get my gun. So I just need one of the 8 brothers, man. Let's help this kid. Let's show everybody. This is our chance right now to show the world. This is the first example. Right now, the whole world is watching. The whole world is watching. We are viral right now. And we have the opportunity. New York. Apes. And it's this right here is in y'all here. I'm sorry to put this pressure, if it felt like it is, on anybody. But it came this way. God sent it to me this way. And I know I got some good 8 brothers out there. I know this. The world is watching. Let's set the first example. I know I was in the game for 25 years, so I know that we are not who they say we are. I know this. This right here, we can show them right now. So please, reach out to me. Call me. If I don't pick up, call me again. Text me. Because, like I said, I am tired. I have been up all night trying to save this life. Let's let this kid go off to college. Let's not let his life spiral like mine. Let's do this. Hit me up so I can make the connection. I got his real name. I got his gang name. I got all his information, and we could do this privately. We don't have to do this publicly. I'm not saying let's do it publicly. We could do this privately, and just I'll connect whoever we need to connect. And, if we could give him his walking papers, I know, nobody wants to keep somebody in a gang that don't want to be, especially somebody like that who's about to go off to college. He's not about this life. He should have never jumped in it. He understands that now. And he's telling me I need help. I really want to leave, but I don't know how. So I can't do it without y'all. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate y'all. I really do, man. Hit me up. One.
Now, let me say this, right? Shout out to Hocus 4/5 for putting a foot forward in doing what most of America should have been doing, right? Should have been doing. Point blank, period. And shout out to the other men out there that's not on social media that's doing this every day. This topic that Hocus brought up is a very serious topic because in the beginning and in the end, it's blood in, blood out. Those are the rules. Teach me the rules and I know how to play the game. The rules of the game is blood in, blood out. So some people make exceptions to the rules and some people don't. I told y'all one of my biggest videos that I've made that was taken down off of YouTube prior to me losing my monetization was why I dropped my flag. See, it was different when I came home and I dropped I was a monster. So whether niggas liked it or not, I was a force to be reckoned with. You wasn't going to tell me whether I could blood in or blood out. But the thing about it is you have to know your environment, your friends, your circle. Every neighborhood is not the same. Some brothers might feel like, okay. And then some brothers might feel like, you fooled. The rules are the rules. See, the problem is when I dropped my flag and I decided not to be blood, it was because I saw that every worthless piece of crap be nice about it. That the neighborhood had to offer was coming up under this umbrella now, and they made it evil. It gave them the protection to rob senior citizens, cut little girls on trains, and do some of the most ignorant crimes that they possibly could. So now you asking Hocus, you're asking some of the most dustiest, dirtiest criminals to give a good guy a pass, when most of these dudes were bred to intimidate. Destruction, blood. War, blood. Peace, almighty, peace, blood. At one point in time, 50-50 love, F 50-50 love. Death to all those that go against blood. Know what you dealing with. I remember and recall a situation where a father found out that his son was gangbanging and beat him and made him get on social media and denounce the gang. Gang. Well, want to know how that ended? A week later, the father was burying his son because the set said blood in, blood out. There's consequences that comes with leaving the set. Those are the rules. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like being a gangbanger, I don't care what set it is, it all comes with a pack of evil. Most of the good dudes who had integrity hung up that set or these sets a long time ago. That's the truth of the matter. Most people who had integrity got away from the set a long time ago. Because there's a bunch of worthless, disgusting individuals. And others, see, there's other dudes that they started this in the beginning. And they retired. They didn't have to announce that they was leaving the set. They just faded out into being grown men. And when brothers see them walking through the hood and walking through the streets, it's what up, OG? What up, homie? What up, little homie? They ain't got to say, oh, I ain't banging no more. They grown. They presence, they mannerism, they manliness says that I'm a grown man now. You do understand that I was doing this 30 years ago, little nigga? So they don't have to announce, oh, I'm not doing this no more, because the younger dudes recognize that you fading out and you doing what you're supposed to do. Because the reality of it is, here's the reality of it. Once you hit 40 years old, I don't like it's the black man in America is so dysfunctional, and we call it culture. It's dysfunctional. Once you hit a certain age, you got 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, and in between that, you got to figure out how to deal with your wife and your children. So all the dudes that got time, that's always outside, I never understood them niggas and how their life was functioning. I can't understand that for the life of me, nor could I understand, and I'm just keeping it funky, I don't understand no grown woman sleeping with a man that's in his 30s, 40s, and 50s, that's gangbanging. It's embarrassing, and it's disgusting. Because you people got to understand that it's a different world. The world do not revolve around gang. It does not. And most of us, I know where I come from. My mother would be disgusted seeing me running around gangbanging. My grandmothers and my aunts and uncles would be disgusted. We don't come from California. I got 100 guns, 100 clips. Nigga, I'm from New York. And I don't care how much time went by. If you was ever raised halfway right, halfway decent, if you had mothers and grandmothers that was on their knees praying and going to church, then this lifestyle that niggas is bragging all about. I mean, I do understand the generation today. These are the offsprings of the crack babies. Now K2 babies and Mollies and Perks and Xans and every drug that you can name. The praying mother been died out. And that's what we need to bring back. Imagine a world of 100,000 gangbangers strong getting on their knees and asking God to protect us and showing us the right way to protect each other. How that song go? I never had to run from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man, because it's self-destruction. We got to stop seeing each other through the eyes of the enemy. Through slavery, the enemy bred with us and became our fathers and grandfathers and great-grandfathers. And that sickness that was in their blood is in our blood. So we look at each other through the eyes of a colonizer. And we colonize each other. That has to stop. In these streets, the number one rule is that there is no rules. When you a gangbanger and you claim blood, it's blood in, blood out. And that's the bottom line to it. Now, if you living in a neighborhood where you got one of them OGs that'll sit up there and say, hey, yo, Hocus 4/5, I'm going to give Shorty a pass because of you, that's something totally different. But see, Hocus, what you got to understand, my nigga, you ever seen the movie 310 to Yuma? Watch the movie 310 to Yuma. That's a dope movie. The dude, Russell Crowe, he was ill in the movie. And he had an ill wolf pack. And when his wolf pack saw that he started having compassion, that nigga became food. And he was the illest nigga in Nebraska. My prayers go out to any of you mothers out there battling with these streets and trying to get your kids out of these disgusting gangs. They disgusting. I've been talking about they disgusting. Niggas been predicting my death. Talking about, oh, these gangbangers, they gonna turn that nigga TV off. Because I've been doing this shit. I've been disgusted in these niggas. I just, after a while, honestly speaking, you know what made me started slowing down and going at these disgusting gang members? When I started to realize that there was good little young brothers up in there that I had love for, like RIU, like Swelly, like Rico, like Cousin, like it's the you, baby. Them niggas. I started having much love for them little niggas, and I started to realize that I can't keep offending, because some niggas in this set, some niggas in there, they are good little niggas. But you got more rotten apples than good apples. And that's my take on the situations. Parents, your child is trying to get away from the set. Sometimes it's best for them not even to not denounce the set. No. Everybody can't do what Hocus do. Hocus is strong. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all look at him. He look like a light-skinned little sucker, just like me. Y'all be sleeping on light-skinned niggas, but the nigga's strong. And everybody can't just drop their flag like that. Sometimes it's best to just fade away. Oh, I'm busy right now. I'm working. I'm going to school. I'll catch y'all later. You ain't always got to let the enemy know that you just became the enemy. Because when you drop that flag, you are the enemy. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hit that subscribe button. And pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. I'm out.